Lean versus shredded. Believe it or not, there's a massive difference between the two. And interestingly enough, most guys who claim that they're shredded are actually lean. So you know what? It's about time that a guy like myself steps in and explains what the real differences are. Because I'm tired of hearing guys saying, oh, I'm so shredded. Look at the shreddedness, bruh. When in fact, they're just lean. So let's break it down. First and foremost, shredded, okay, there's a lot of features that you have that lean does not have. Number one, the face is going to be sucked up like crazy, almost like a fish. So imagine the face that you have now. Well, you're going to see pretty much the entire shape of it. You're going to see the bones of your face. You're going to see the lines, the definition. You're going to see all the details that would never be shown before, right? So any fat that you may have is going to be completely sucked in. Your face is going to be narrowed out. And you can kind of tell when a guy loses a lot of weight, you see it in his face. But when you're shredded, it's not just a lean face. It's a very, very chiseled face, almost like a model face. And I would say that most guys who reach the sub 10% body fat are going to get the model face. Like, you don't even have to be a good looking dude. Just the fact that you're so lean, there's just no fat to store. So that's a huge giver right there. Secondly, the midsection, and this is what really defines a shredded look, is going to be crisp like a motherfucker. It's going to be crisp, crisp, crisp to the point where it looks like you have shredded pieces of paper on your body. What I mean is this. Your midsection, when in an unflexed state, is going to be fully exposed. And you're not going to have any visible signs of fat. When you go to grab your skin, right, even if you're just relaxed, even if you're bloated, you are not going to feel anything. It's going to be paper thin. So you know how when you grab your wrist, it's like this much? Well, your stomach's going to be the same way if you're actually shredded. And you're going to see all the definition in the obliques. The obliques, you're going to see each individual line. Right next to your hip, what ties in between the hip and the serratus, you're going to see a huge line that goes down that would never been exposed otherwise. And your serratus as well, you're going to see all the fucking details. It's just going to be a very, very crisp midsection, right? Next, you're going to see a lot of veins over your body, okay? So your bicep vein, a lot of guys have a bicep vein right in the center. Well, that shit's going to be fully exposed when you're shredded. It's going to be very, very exposed without even you having to be pumped up. So imagine, you know when you go to the gym and you pump up your arms and you have this crazy vein popping out? But when you're shredded, you got that going on 24/7, kind of like your dick. Like if you look at your dick, right? It's pretty much always in a vascular state. Why? Because you don't store a lot of fat there. So that's what your arms are going to be like. You're going to have veiny fucking arms. Your neck, you're going to see neck veins. Anywhere where your body might have veins, that shit is going to be fully exposed, no question about it. You're not going to have some blurry definition. No, it's going to be solid vein action. And then finally, the muscles will deplete in size, but they're going to look more crisp. So on your biceps, you're going to have this definition that goes like this. It's going to be a really cut line, and you're going to see like all the separation in the muscles. Like you're going to see striations and shit. If you go to flex your chest, you're going to see the lines that go across your body. You can literally see the individual muscle fibers. On your legs, you're going to have deep cuts that go all the way down from the knee to the hip. Like it's going to be some really detailed shit here. And your glutes, you might even have some striations. Shoulders, you're going to see feathers. Like all this area here, there will be lines going like this. So it's going to be very fucking lean. And your waist size is going to be probably sub 30, more like 27, 28. So that's the shredded state. And it's not what most guys are in. Most guys are lean. Lean is, you still got a nice face, but it's not so much that you just look fucking sucked up. Okay, you still got a little bit of meat. So a guy who's shredded to the bone, it's a totally different look, dude. Like you can see the definition that goes directly down. The face is so sucked in. It's hard to explain, guys, but it's like going from a model. It's like going from a 10 on 10 to an 8. And the midsection, this is the definitive feature, right? Is not going to be as crisp. It's going to be a bit blurred out. Your obliques, you're not going to have that really crisp line that goes down from the serratus to the hip. You're not going to have that line going on. And the definition of the obliques will not be as thin, if you will. It's not going to look as shredded like paper. You're going to see the obliques, you're going to see the serratus, but you're still going to see a little bit of fat blurring it. Same for your abs. Like if you're just relaxed, you're going to see your abs, but they're not going to be fully freaking detailed. Whereas if you're shredded, you could see them 24/7. Okay, so you're going to see your six pack. When you flex it, obviously it's going to pop out. But if you rub your hand over it, there's still going to be a little bit of fat. Whereas when you're shredded, it's like there's ridges, there's literal ridges with no fat in between. Okay, so that's kind of differences right there. And your waist too is going to be a little bit thicker. So you're not going to be like sub 30, at least for most of you guys. Maybe you'll be like 30, maybe 29 at the absolute lowest. But you're not going to be as crisp. Think of it like this. Think of it like going from 4K to 720p. That's exactly how I would describe the midsection. 4K to 720, or even 4K to 480, or 720 to 480, because it's not as crisp as you look. And this is what most guys are in, believe it or not. When guys claim that they're 8% body fat, they're actually just lean, which again, there's nothing wrong about being lean. What I'm against is guys trying to reach single digit body fat percentage as a drug for lifter while retaining all the muscle fullness, because it's not going to happen. In fact, even when we look at drug users, guys who are taking low doses, not the high doses, but the low dose guys, they lose muscle mass when they get shredded. I shit you not. They lose some good quality lean mass, they lose strength. So a guy like yourself, average genetics, not the outlier, who attempts to get single digit body fat, you are legit going to get small as fuck doing it. You are not going to retain your fullness. I don't care what anybody says. And guys saying, oh, well, a shredded 16 arm looks much better than a fatter 18-inch arm. You're full of shit, dude. Because when you're fucking shredded, first of all, your numbers are going to go down. So you're not going to have your crisp 16, okay? And secondly, it's going to look depleted. Because like I said before, the muscles tend to look depleted. You don't have as much fluid retention in those areas, you know? So it's not going to look as good as a fluffier arm. You best believe. And in the shirt, it's going to fucking droop. That's why there's a lot of these shredded guys, when they wear shirts, compared to the average guy, they don't look that much different. They really fucking don't. When they take the shirt off, then when they flex, they look good and shit. But in regular t-shirts, they don't look impressive whatsoever, okay? So that's the differences right there. Most guys who claim 8% are 10, 12%. Most guys who claim 10, 12% are actually 15%. And lean, for information, refers to, I would say, 10 to 15% body fat. That is lean, and it's perfectly doable if you're a drug-free lifter. Shredded is single-digit body fat percentage, which most of you guys will never reach in your entire life. If you're not competing on a bodybuilding stage, I highly doubt that you've reached that level of leanness. It is the ultimate level. Even these guys who are known for getting shredded, like Stupid Shredder or whatever, they're not shredded, okay? And another thing, right? People are going to reference the DEXA scan. They're going to say, well, Alex, you're wrong. I got a DEXA scan, and I came out at 6-7%. Okay, yet I don't have the features that you discussed previously. Now, the reason why this has occurred is because you, my friend, have cheated the DEXA scan. Admit it. Admit that you fucked it up. Because if we look at people who actually were single-digit body fat percentage, they have the things that I'm talking about. Look at Alberto Nunez when he got DEXA scan, right? He came out at 6% body fat about, and he pretty much had everything that I described. A lot of guys, they're cheating the system. There's ways of doing it through water manipulation, things they eat the night before, things they eat in the morning. Like, a lot of guys are fucking shady when it comes to DEXA scans. And also, there are different models. You do realize there's different models. Guys tend to use the older models when they're marketing their services, okay? If you want the top-notch DEXA scan, my boys in the UK, that's where you can go. Go to the fucking UK, right? And there's really good machines that are being developed now, and they give you really good measurements. And there's one dude in particular, I'm going to put a picture on the screen. He got tested at like 10% body fat, I think 10.8, and he looks fucking shredded. He looks shredded, but he's like 10% body fat. Yet people like that, who look like him, are going to claim shredded. So pretty much, the DEXA scans are wrong. Most of them that you are using, guys, are fucking manipulated. Even Duran Rider proved it. Duran Rider came out at 3.9% body fat. There's pretty much no human being that's that low, unless you're fucking starving person in Africa or something, you know? And I don't mean that to offend them. I'm just saying. So, like, guys are fucking liars. And it has to stop. You have to be honest with yourself. Are you shredded or are you fucking big? Just like, you know, I'm honest with myself. I don't have the best arms. I have like 16.25, which is fucking small as shit. Some guys have been lifting for a year. They're like 17. I admit that my arms are not up to par. I'll admit that shit. So you need to admit to yourself that you are not fucking shredded. You're not, bro. I see these fucking pictures, bro, that they send me by email or in the comment section, like fucking bitches, like little emotional bitches, right? And 9 out of 10 times, if not 100%, they're not shredded. Actually, I will say 100% of the time they're not fucking shredded. I'm serious, dude. These guys are full of fucking shit. So let's be honest with ourselves. Let's go back to that raw truth. I'm real with you. Be real with me. Are you single-digit body fat percentage? Do you have striations? Do you have fucking visible veins everywhere? Do you have a chiseled, modeled face, right? Or are you lean? Lean, a.k.a. like Scott Herman status. That's lean for information. Scott Herman, that's a lean body, not a shredded body, right? Most of these guys in YouTube fitness are lean, not shredded. Even Conor Murphy's physique, which some of you guys claim he's shredded. No, that's lean. You do realize that's lean, right? So it just has to stop. Stop claiming you're fucking shredded when you're not. You are not fucking shredded, man. I know shredded when I see it. It's really, really, really fucking crisp. And another thing, one final note, stop telling me that women like the shredded look. They don't. They like the lean look. Yes, they fucking love the lean look if you have good muscular development to go with it, not if you're a twig. But yeah, they do like lean physiques. If you're 12% body fat and you look like Steve Reeves, oh yeah, that's pretty much a pussy magnet right there. But if you're fucking 8% body fat and you have crisp midsection and all this shit, man, like you're gonna attract more fitness model chicks than actual like regular chicks on the street. Most of them do not find that attractive. I'm telling you guys, it's not. It's even look at when people say, okay, do you find this guy attractive, right? The picture they use is typically a guy in the 10 to 15% range. It's never the single digit range. Single digit is a bodybuilding exclusive. It's a very rare thing. Guys are not practicing this on a regular basis. So that's the differences between lean and shredded. 99% of you guys are never going to get shredded. 99% of you guys are just going to be lean. You don't know what it's like. When you're shredded, you lose your fucking size. You lose your strength. You lose the fullness. Even on low amounts of drugs. So you got to be medium dosing or high dosing of shit to get all the benefits. And that's the only way you can fucking do it for the most part. Or if you're like a genetic outlier. But that's the reality of things, man. You're not shredded, you're just lean. I hope this video clarifies the differences. If you have any additional features that you'd like to list down below, let me know and I will talk to you all next time.